returning subscribers that are just tuning back in and stopping by, I thank you so much for stopping by. For anyone who is new and stopping by, I thank you so much for stopping by. For all of my day one people that have been rocking out with me since the beginning, I thank you so much for stopping by. And for anyone that's decided to stick around and subscribe to me and you enjoy my content, I thank you so much again for stopping by. If this is your first time stopping by, you guys are the real MVP. So today we're going to be talking about washing our natural hair 101. I have struggled with this. This is something that I really didn't know much about starting my hair journey, but before I do so, I do want to tell y'all. So I did do these, like, I guess they're chunky twists. They're not mini twists, but chunky twists because they're a lot bigger. And I washed my hair, did my wash day. You actually, if you go on my Instagram, you'll be able to see my regimen and routine. It's like written out on my last post I just posted on there. So that's on there. I do want to let y'all know what I styled my hair with. So I told you I was waiting for a hair butter that I did order around the time when we all were ordering from Black owned companies. The company that I did order from, and y'all know I love hair butters, I'm into that now, I want to do a series, is this company called BGLH Marketplace. This is their hair butter. This is their mango and shea blended butter, and the ingredients for this are refined mango butter, refined shea butter, unrefined coconut oil, and almond oil. So it's a 100% vegan, organic, natural product. And this is their logo for Black is Beautiful. And y'all see that there are different scents and things like that. I have been using it. I used it on me and my son's hair. They do give you a nice amount. She filled it all the way up to the brim. This is a 12-ounce container. And you'll get your money's worth. This will last me and my son, but that's about how much I use between me moisturizing his locks, because his hair ate up the aloe vera and my hair as well. Today, doing these twists, I do want to tell you that her butter is very, very moisturizing. I do hair butters because I'm not really down with moisturizing my hair every day. I'm just not one of those people. I'm like super lazy. I don't know if y'all noticed, like in the beginning portion of my journey, yeah, I would wash and go every other day or however long in between and be okay with being in my hair like that now. A lot more lazier because my hair has grown, even with me recently cutting off a lot of my color treated hair. So I do butters so that way I don't have to worry about that, and I just top it off with an oil. My hair is moisturized. So it is BGLH Marketplace. This is their product that I have. She writes natural hair articles in regards to, and I actually found out about her because a lot of hair issues that I suffered from, I would type it in on Google and a lot of her articles would come up for the woman who owns the company, and she talks about it and it's helped me out a lot. I didn't really pay attention to her selling products until recently when I got into hair butters, and I realized that she sold these. She sells them in little containers and also in big containers like these, so go check her out as well. I'll link her stuff in the description box. Also, she sells heart-shaped African black soap, so you can purchase that as well. This is supposed to be a body butter, but you can also use it for the hair. That's mainly why I brought it, to use it for the hair, because me and my son, we both need something super moisturizing, and our hair just eats up product. So I just want to let y'all know about that. I'll put the information in the description box and go check her out. So let's get into this video. Natural hair washing 101. So I do have my handy dandy notebook. My son has decided to rip the cover and the back portion cover of the book, so I'm a little sad about that, but it's okay because this book is still standing the test of time. I don't have the iPad because it's currently dead right now, so we want to do, get into that. So if you see me looking down, of course, I'm looking down at my notes. A lot of this stuff is just from experience and what I've read and information I've received, and what has helped me in my journey. And I do want to make this disclaimer. I am referring to washing your natural hair when it's outside of a protective style, when your hair is free like how mine is, whether it be for a wash and go, whether it be for mini twists, mini braids, braid outs, twist outs. This is how often is good for someone who has natural hair to be washing their hair and for them to still see results and see length retention and for their hair to thrive. So my first key important tip is, sorry guys, it was something on my shirt. First key important tip is, I do want to just get into the importance of why we need to wash our natural hair. So your hair, it grows from out of your scalp. Those follicles grow out. So just imagine, I'm just going to give you a visual of this. Imagine that you are doing your hair, let's say you wash your hair and you're using products that are heavy, like I use, like butters. They most of the time they contain, 100% of the time they contain oils. And let's say you use an oil on top of there, or you're just using butters, or you're using creams or whatever is heavy on your hair, or whatever your hair feels like is heavy. So if you're using those types of products, and let's say you go on and you don't wash your hair, what you're doing ultimately is blocking a lot of the follicles. Like, it'll grow out, but it's not going to grow to the extent that it needs to, because it's almost like you're suffocating your hair follicles with a bunch of product. So that's why it's so important to wash our hair, because that's another way that our hair can thrive. Now, I'm not saying do it every day. We're going to get into like what's a good balance for washing your hair, but you ultimately want to wash your hair because you want to get a lot of those products and things you've been using off of your scalp, where your hair grows from, so that you can breathe. Because if you have a healthy scalp, you're going to have healthy hair, which means that you're going to retain length. So you want to wash your hair. You want to get into a regimen of how often you're going to wash your hair. I'm going to get into what's a good balance for that, because I wear my hair free now. I'm taking a break from protective styles. I'll get into that. But you want to find that balance with washing your hair, and you ultimately want to wash your hair because you don't want anything blocking your hair from flourishing to the extent that it can flourish, because it's like ultimately you're suffocating your hair when you just have products on top and you don't wash your hair. So that is why it's so important to wash your hair. It's just you have to get a lot of those oils and products that you're using off your hair, whether they're heavy or light. It's still product on your hair that you need to get it off your hair for your hair to be able to breathe and for it to grow. So that is why it's important to wash your hair. Now, my next thing I'm going to get into is when to wash your natural hair. So, I'm trying to hold it together, because if y'all see me about to live, I think about myself. So when I first started my journey, when I was in TWA stage, let's give that as a prime example. I used to co-wash my hair a lot. I could do that just because I wasn't using heavy products, and then I also didn't know what I was doing in the beginning either. Definitely when you get length and you're out of that TWA stage, I would say, because with TWA you need to wash your hair a little more often because your hair is shorter, so it's just a little bit different. But once your hair gets longer and starts getting length, you don't want to wash your hair very often. So you don't want to be someone with natural hair. We would not need to wash our hair every day. I don't think that something like that is necessary. Especially if you have type 4 hair, you don't need to wash your hair every day. It's just not necessary to do that, and it's not going to be the healthiest thing and the most conducive thing to what you're trying to do, which is ultimately to grow your hair out. Washing your hair every other day is a lot. I used to do that too when I got length. I will wash my hair every other day, and I also saw a breakage from washing my hair every other day. So you don't want to wash your hair every other day. I want to say that a good rule of thumb is you want to, at maximum, wash your hair every 5 days if it's out and it's free. At minimum, wash your hair every 7 days. Some people are like 2 weeks. I'm gonna tell you why that's just entirely too long, sis. So I said those as good time frames because that gives your hair time to be in a style, let you keep your hands out of your hair, and it's not in it every day, and it gets to breathe until it's time to wash it again. Now, 2 weeks is long because, prime example, let's say you're using products and things like that. If your hair is just not, and again, this does not include when your hair is in a protective style. I'm talking about when your hair is free with mini braids, mini twists, braid outs, twist outs, whatever. 2 weeks, that's like pushing it, because your hair needs to touch some type of water. It doesn't have to be every day, but you need to wash your hair, because of the prime example of the point I made in the beginning, which was my casing point. You are using products more than likely that are heavy. Over time, your routine is just going to change as you get length. And if you're using products that are heavy with oil and things like that, you need to wash your hair, because you need to wash that stuff out. If you're waiting 2 weeks, imagine that's 2 weeks of your hair just suffocating from products sitting on top of it. So it's good to wash your hair once a week. I wouldn't say more than once a week. Some people do, and that's what works for them. I know for me, I'm going off of me. I wash my hair once a week, and that's it. We're good to go. You know, when you wash it is up to you. Again, this does not apply to if you're wearing a protective style. There's some type of hair attachment to your hair, then and your hair is away. You don't necessarily have to wash your hair every week. But if your hair is out and free and you're using a product that's heavy, or products that are heavy, because some of us use multiple products, you want to wash your hair once a week is good, and maximum every 5 days, minimum every 7 days. So that's just a good rule of thumb that I go by. Like, everybody's hair is different. Some people can wash it multiple times during the week and their hair be fine. I don't like doing that, because I'm like super lazy, and I feel like my hair thrives when I wash it just once a week. I'm not in my hair all the time, because that can definitely cause breakage when you're in your hair all the time. Imagine when you wash your hair, you're ultimately manipulating it when you're detangling it and doing a bunch of other things. So that's why I said minimum every 7 days, maximum every 5 days. So that's just a good rule of thumb. You can try that out. If it doesn't work for you, you know, you adjust it. Some people, they can go, you know, minimum every 3 or 4 days they're washing their hair. I don't do that. I feel like for me, because number one, I'm a mom. Number two, that's just too much detangling and being in my hair. So 5 days or 7 days, just remember that. Next tip, you know, when to wash your natural hair. That's the next thing. That was something I struggled with for my natural hair journey. So your hair is kind of going to just let you know when you need to wash your hair. Prime example, I'll just give you an example. You want to hear the hand claps as I'm giving the examples. If your scalp and the portion where your twist or braids or whatever starts at when your hair is out and free, not in a protective style, is dry, but it just feels like the rest of your hair is moisturized, but it's not really moisturized. It just feels like it's like the bare minimum. It's time to wash your hair. If you are having to constantly moisturize your hair, I'm not talking about in the beginning when you wash your hair and you moisturize your hair and then the next day it's dry. That's different. That means you may need to try something more moisturizing. I'm talking about you've had this styling for 5 days and you've been trying to keep the product on there, and you feel like on the 5th day, like, okay, I need to re-moisturize re-moisturize again, or on the 4th day I need to re-moisturize again. It's time to wash your hair, because your hair is dry because your hair has taken in all of that product. But that product, guess what, is just sitting on your hair. It's sitting at the roots of where your hair starts at for your scalp. And what's happening is it's just building up. That's why it's called product buildup. It's a bunch of product just sitting there and building up. So you need to remove that and cleanse that. You use a bunch of oils and heavy products especially. You need to remove that and cleanse that. That's a key indicator that you need to wash your hair. If your styles are not popping, prime example, if I was to take these out, if I wanted to rock a twist out, which I have on certain occasions, and I want to rock a twist out, if I do my hair and my twist out is popping all week, and then towards the end it just look a little funny. I'm not talking about funny in like regards to like if you see someone that needs a trim or their ends clipped, but like funny, like it's not really popping anymore. It just looks like it's kind of limp and doesn't have any life, and it's just the formation of the twist from the twist out. The formation of the twist out is just like not uniform anymore. It just looks like it's lacking luster, like it's dull, like it's dry, like it needs to be brought back to life. It's time for you to wash your hair. So that's how you're going to know that you need to wash your hair. It's important to wash your hair. You don't have to overdo it, but don't be afraid to wash your hair. if you are natural and returning natural, you need to wash your hair. That's important. But when you do it, is up to your hair. Your hair is going to tell you, listen to your hair. I know for me, that's a key indicator. When the scalp and this little area starts to get dry, but the rest of my hair feels like okay with moisture, that's a prime example that I need to wash my hair. So for me, every 5 or 6 days, I can wash my hair, and maybe 7, but 7 is just really pushing it. No, at day 5 we need to wash our hair. So that's how you're going to know that you need to wash your hair, when your hair is just not, your styles are just not looking great as the days go on during the week, and it just starts losing the life that it once had when you washed it. Then you need to bring your hair back to life and wash it. The next point that I'm going to go into, and the last point, is the benefits of washing your natural hair. Well, number one, your scalp will be able to breathe, your hair will be able to breathe, your styles will come out a lot more popping. You'll be able to remove that product build up, which ultimately is going to cause that growth. And it's just definitely a necessity. When you have natural hair, you need to wash it. Now, some people say that washing your hair every week is a lot. Some people are like, oh, I just do every 2 weeks. Oh my God, if I did wash my hair every 2 weeks, my natural hair every 2 weeks, oh my God, I would die. I have to wash my hair every week if it's free. I'm not talking about protective styles, but when it's free, I have to wash it every week. I use butters. Butters are ultimately heavy. Oils are ultimately heavy. You have to get that stuff off your hair. So just more benefits of washing your hair. Like, it just feels good. It's a therapeutic thing. Like, just sit there. Some people hate washing their hair, especially when their hair gets a lot longer. Just sit there when you're in the shower and you're washing your hair. It's the most therapeutic thing ever. On top of that, you need to be able to deep condition your hair. So that's another benefit of washing your hair. That deep conditioner puts that moisture back into your hair that was lost when you're washing your hair. And, you know, some people, they will deep condition their hair once every 2 weeks. It just depends. Like, you can do that, but I know for me, when my hair is out and free and not in a protective style with some type of hair attachment, I'm deep conditioning my hair every week, because that's what my hair needs to restore that moisture that's back into it. And that's how you balance your moisture out for your hair and moisture train your hair. You definitely have to wash it, not every day, but find that balance. There are also articles on, like, that'll tell you what I'm telling you, like, in regards to it, but some of them will say, well, you know, wait every 2 weeks, but your hair will tell you. But I just feel like, you know, the maximum is 5 days, minimum 7. That's just a time frame I'm giving based off my hair. Everybody's is different. Some people can go 2 weeks, but like I said, I would die, because my hair, I use heavy butters and stuff. I need to wash it more often. So I really hope this video was helpful on, you know, letting you know when you need to wash your hair, because I know that's a struggle when you first begin your journey, especially when you're growing length, like when to wash your natural hair, especially if you were doing a completely different regimen before you returned back natural. So you definitely want to find that balance. But just a good rule of thumb, a lot of naturals will tell you once a week is cool. Some can do 2 and 3 times a week. I feel like that's a lot, but, you know, everybody is different. They want to tell you different things. I'm going off my hair too as well. So I feel like once a week is cool, and I pretty much just do my styles and replenish my hair, and my styles look awesome each and every time, because I'm fully washing my hair as well. And I hope this video was helpful, guys, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.